What I have here is a Spanish mortar. It's a scale model, wooden scale model of a Spanish mortar. It would have been used by the Spanish troops during the Cuban Independence War, the War of Independence in around about 1895. Today's video is going to feature myself and a friend making this mortar with a wooden base, the same, but a metal mortar body, and we're going to make an attempt to test fire it at the end of the video. Many thanks for joining. And my name's Stuart. Yeah, we're just marking out the piece of brass now, then sawing it off here. I've speeded it up a little bit, otherwise it's a little bit boring to watch. Now I've got the piece in the lathe and I'm making some roughing cuts. This is, that part is just so that I can hold it in the chuck and I can start playing around with the actual body of the mortar. What I'm doing here is I'm making these are the supports, the lugs which fit on either side of the mortar, and these lugs will need to be, let's say, soldered into there, which you'll see me doing a bit later. Now I'm drilling this is going to be the ignition hole. So this is where you need to put some ignition powder, and this will meet up with the bore. There's a 20mm bore in this body. It'll need to have it is a pocket in the top there, so some ignition powder will go into there, and then into the 2.5mm hole which connects into the bore. Now I'm just finishing off the main design of the body. It's not a particularly complicated item to produce. What I'm doing here is starting to make the base. This is the body where it's got a little bit of an angle into it. It's got two different angles. It's a little bit radiused and with an angle. You'll see in a minute how it looks. I'm just doing this by hand. So there's the radiused base. Now we're going to cut into here it's like a chamfer, and that will meet together with the radius. There we are. So it's roughly made now. I'm just going to use this file to get rid of some of the machining marks and try to make it a bit smoother. After that I'll use some abrasive paper like this. You know, we don't need a cannon, we don't need a mortar that's going to be polished. It just needs to have a uniform finish. Now we're going to solder, lead solder these two lugs. These are the parts which support the mortar into the wooden base, let's say. This is a little bit tricky. It needs a lot of heat, and of course it needs a reasonable amount of cleaning up afterwards. This took me a bit longer than you see in the video, but I just wanted to make a nice join there. I'm using an abrasive. This is really like a fibre wheel that spins, and the fibres have got very fine abrasive in them. You can see it's working quite well. It's bringing the thing up. Here I'm just using some polishing. This is a polishing mop with polishing paste. Now we can see the brass body finished, 20mm bore, the supporting lugs on the side, more or less a uniform finish. You can see there the hole, which is the ignition hole and a pocket, so that connects into the 20mm bore. Now my friend is starting the wooden base. He's got his own workshop, so here we're just doing some band sawing. These are the sides of the mortar. So now we're just going to check and mark where the half circles need to be cut. They've been cut on the bandsaw. So you can see now the mortar's now resting quite well into there. We're now going to mark these and drill. Sorry, we're going to mark it. We're going to glue it first. Now we're just marking it to put some wooden pins into this. Please like and subscribe, and any comments are always most welcome. We're now marking these bits of wood. These are basically hardwood, and they're going to be what you would probably call an end cap, so it will hold the mortar down. So you can now see it's been cut to a shape. I think it's looking quite good. Now this is the wedge, so this wedge will determine the angle of the mortar. Just a little bit of finishing there with some wax type material. Doesn't really need any explaining, this. So we're approaching to finish this project now. There's the firing balls, and there we are, finished. I think it looks great. Just leaves us to make some test firing. Here we've got some special tools, some plungers and things like that, plus the black powder, which will, here we are, we can see us loading now the black powder. This is a bung which you need to compress the black powder, so you have to hammer that home. We're just cleaning out the hole. This is the ignition hole which goes into the cylinder. This is broken match heads. Now we're going to try our first ignition and see. And no, it didn't work. This is the second attempt. Boom! Now this is another one, another attempt, but from a different angle. So there it is again. We've certainly got an ignition there. This is another one. This is fully loaded with a ball and a rag around the ball, plus the black powder and the stopper or plunger. This is all in slow motion. There we are. And you can, if you look to the right hand side, you can see the ball bouncing, and it goes, hits the wall now. I hope you enjoyed the video, and many thanks for watching.